Episode 4, Three Ravens and a Steeler. Ed, you see the logo on YouTube? I
Yeah, I
uploaded.
did.
You did? Look, I got Chat GPT to help us with the logo. Obviously, we can't do any officially licensed NFL.
Right,
They got the shield is what they call it.
right.
Can't mess with it, and we don't need that trouble in our lives. And besides, YouTube won't allow it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Before it even gets to the front desk of the NFL, it has to get through anybody you host it with, which is Riverside, who our hosting services with. Then once we upload it, YouTube's going to be like, hey, is that licensed? Get it off. So I had to use something with just a Steeler and a Raven looking at each other me. So I thought that was
To me, it's understandable if everybody if it was a free for all where everybody doing whatever,
absolutely.
it would get out of control.
Oh, absolutely, you got to reel it in. They don't call it the shield for nothing.
Right.
The shield isn't an offensive weapon, it's a defensive weapon. It's used to protect, you know? And all year long, all I've been saying is I needed to trust the Steelers. You like this watch?
Yeah, yeah.
I can trust them now.
Right.
I ain't saying they won't lose to Beamer on the last game of the year. And I know this isn't a Jacksonville Jaguar podcast, but they went to Denver and won by 2 touchdowns. And I'm going to be honest with you. I saw the highlights. That game wasn't 2 touchdowns. The score was not indicative of how thoroughly they beat Denver in December. So now I'm looking at Jacksonville differently. Denver still had a lot to play for is the point.
Right.
They still trying that number 1 overall seed.
Right.
If the Bills keep winning and Denver slip up again, they're going to get the number 1. So, oh, wait a minute. No. It's not the Bills.
The Patriots.
Patriots. I'm sorry. I had my team. They could slip up and lose the number 1 overall seed. They had a lot to play for. So now I'm looking at Jacksonville differently. But that game made me trust them a little bit more. What are your thoughts?
Well, sometimes, look, I'm not trying to not give a team credit,
Mm-hmm.
but some of these teams now, the team that loses, I'm looking at them different.
Okay, I got you. I got
And
that.
that's how I feel about. Look, don't get me wrong. Y'all did what y'all had to do, but Detroit, man, bro, no. Okay.
They losing to Minnesota now. In Minnesota.
The same thing with our game. I felt really confident about that game. I'm looking at the Ravens. Nothing against the Patriots.
Now, I don't remember. I remember y'all game against Chicago, Minnesota. What happened? For some reason, I'm drawing a blank on the Lions-Ravens game. What happened?
It was early in the season, and they just ran the ball. They shoved the ball down our throat. Now,
Really?
I think we had lost, Matabike was gone by then.
Mhm.
One defense really needed to get shored up. That's back early in the season when our defense was getting shredded.
Okay.
And they just was handing, Jared Goff didn't even do anything. He just was handing the ball off. And
So
I
Montgomery and Gibbs busted y'all basically.
feel if it's one thing I can't take for my team to be running, that's the one thing I cannot take. So
Right.
that being said, I look at us differently after loss. I look at Detroit differently, and nothing against Jacksonville, but I look at the Broncos differently. Y'all really this late in the year? You let Jacksonville come in and not, like you said, not win by a field goal. A thorough beatdown in your house. We've already talked about Bo Nix. We like him. He's a nice little quarterback.
He's. I remember him at Auburn. He's been. Look, you get into the college portion. This is my thing.
Right.
I gave him a thumbs down. You know my rating system. 2 thumbs down, 1 thumbs down, undecided, 1 thumb up, and 2 thumbs up. He was 1 thumbs down. I didn't like Nix coming out of Auburn, then Oregon. And Oregon I think that's where he graduated from. At any rate, I wasn't high on Bo Nix coming out. I view Denver the same way I view Seattle. I think their weakness is the quarterback, Sam Darnold. If Seattle had Matt Stafford, they wouldn't lose another game. Seattle's defense is, well, they beat us in our home opener. Our 2 touchdowns, well, one of them was. Seattle is good, but Sam Darnold is going to bring them down. Denver has a great defense. Bo Nix is going to bring them down. So I think maybe you view the quarterbacks differently.
Yeah, well, again,
Mm-hmm.
one person on the squad, so that's why I think the Ravens are at a real crossroads right now in the dilemma. There he is. Uh-oh.
Hey, I got a
He's
guess.
out. Oh
got a
my!
guess.
Oh man!
Hey, it's time. It's time. Time to make a run.
Isaiah, he
We
wants to
beat him up.
he wants to change the name of the podcast.
You know, I
We beat him up.
look,
Hey, not you.
I'm not
Not you.
delusional like other fans, but I mean, I didn't think it would shake out like this. Yeah. It's crazy.
We took the ball and we crammed it down their throat, and there was nothing they could do about it. Now, if you want to hold the Steeler offense accountable for the lack of Detroit defense, and they missing a lot of starters, I'm talking about our defense against their offense. They're not missing those starters on offense. Listen, we held them to 15 yards rushing, and David Montgomery had a 17-yard carry. Without that, we held him to negative 2 yards rushing. We beat him up.
Yeah, that's what impressed me the most. I told you, Bill, that's what impressed me the most. It wasn't what y'all did on offense or anything else. It was Jahmyr Gibbs. I said it during the game. The fact that y'all shut him, Tomlin was like, he ain't getting the first down. And no matter what, he was letting golf throw it. He was playing, he was running every day. It was a corner, it seemed like a defensive back or corner was run blitzing every day. So whenever he got the ball,
Yeah.
how many yards did he finish with? Jahmyr. You know,
7 to 8.
he got like 200 against him.
It
I'm
was-
exaggerating, but he got
it was-
it was over.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was over 100. It was over
Okay.
100. I'm exaggerating, but it was over.
Okay.
It had to be like 130 something.
Okay.
Like that. And Montgomery got
He
another.
had less than 20.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what impressed me. You know I love run defense. So even
We-
if
that-
Steelers,
what we have
I was
in common.
impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have in common. I was thinking about a point I wanted to bring up here, where if you had a cornerback and a safety, right? And 5 is coverage skills like Dion and Darrell Reeves. And their run defense, 5 is the max. If you tell me I can get a cornerback at a 4, but his run defense is at a 4, I'll take that over a pass defense at 5 and run defense at 2 or 3. I'm willing to give up coverage skills for run defense. I am. I'll take 2 4s than a 5 and a 3.
Yeah, that's
I will.
the Steelers.
Is
That's how the Steelers draft. What's the
is that why I think that way?
Ike Taylor.
Yeah. He couldn't cover, but he was good against the run.
But his run defense was,
I am shot a 3, maybe.
I don't know, man. That boy used to get lit up. If you get lit up by Torrey Smith, I
He
know
did.
what to say quick. I know what to say quick.
But he played
All
like
right,
a linebacker.
all right. Whatever. We off for that, nigga.
Torrey like that, I don't know,
He played like a linebacker.
Yeah. But yeah, look, you know who's like that now? My favorite Raven of all time. I think Marlon's run defense is still. For the month of December, he's getting lit up.
Yeah.
But he's still.
Marlon
I put
should
him
have
on my
played
fantasy
with
team.
some of those other Ravens teams.
Right. I put him on my fantasy team. He had like 100
Go ahead, Sean.
because he keep tackling. That's all he do is hit. He had like 100 points. He get burnt, but that don't count against fantasy. Hey, Mill, you got an echo.
Right.
You got an echo.
Right. Look, y'all know I ain't got no problem with Marlon. What's that shot?
You got an echo going when you talk.
Hey, Sean, where y'all at? The delay is you, Sean.
He going in and out. Yeah, but
Yeah, he'll come back.
so real quick, one thing that, and we talked about this a little bit last week. One other thing about Detroit, the coaching, and I think this is a real problem with them.
Okay.
You shouldn't go from the top seed to missing the playoffs, and this is one reason why Percy been down on Harbaugh. For us to go where we were and now going to miss the playoffs and probably with a losing record. Now look, Detroit, we texting, we on the phone with each other, watching the game. You all were keen on Jahmyr Gibbs. So I said, oh, Shaw, you back? So I said, okay, no problem. Split him out wide. He's basically a wide receiver anyway. And with his speed, as soon as he catches the ball, one step and he's gone. As soon as I said that, and I work on a construction site, and
Right.
as soon as I said that, the very next play, they sent him out for, to catch a pass. So as soon as they saw,
And he caught one.
as soon as they saw that's what y'all was doing, come on, man. Are you gonna stubbornly just keep banging your head against the wall? You got these toys. You gotta know how to use them.
Right. I got you.
And
I
I
got
heard
you.
people say Ben Johnson was going to be missed in Detroit. Didn't know he was going to be missed that much. Now, here's what I will say about Pittsburgh. Mainly Aaron Rodgers. Neil, this is just a classic example of a guy. Remember last week we were talking about when you've been around the block a few times? Okay. Aaron Rodgers, I remember when Favre went to Minnesota at the end of his career.
And the Jets.
He wasn't quite the same player,
Mm-hmm.
but
They played the playoff game.
yeah, and if it wasn't for the bounty, they might have beat the Saints in that playoff game.
You remember that, right?
Peyton Manning at the end with Denver. These guys are so smart. Roethlisberger at the end. Oh, the last game, the last Ravens-Steelers game with Roethlisberger, who won that game?
Ben.
And Roethlisberger couldn't even throw anymore. he won
Right.
the game. How do
Right.
you let these old men? It's because they're so smart. They know how to manipulate a defense.
Mm-hmm.
They see what's about to happen before it happens, and it's just frustrating going against them.
I agree. And another thing about a Wiley vet is these wide receivers. I know we picked up Thielen, and we picked up, like in the last episode I told you, one of the keys to the game, why DK was able to get so open, even with a double team. I'm air quoting double team because I felt it was a soft double team. It wasn't like the double team Randy Moss got in the Super Bowl against the Giants. Tom Coughlin was like, y'all two follow him literally wherever he goes. It wasn't that. And the reason I think in the first quarter, he hit Thielen on like a little 8-yard right down the middle of the field, just to plant a seed. He didn't throw it to Thielen the rest of the game.
Right.
But he wanted the Ravens to think that he was going to matter. I look at Thielen, MVS, Valdez-Scantling, and DeAndre Hopkins, who's making plays for y'all.
Right.
It's the wily veteran wide receiver that's doing it too. DeAndre Hopkins is done. But you know what DeAndre know how to do? He know how to run a route. DeAndre did you see that toe tap against the Patriots?
Yeah.
Most young receivers within 3 years of their career can't do that. I'm looking at him like, see, you know what? I'm sick of DeAndre. He's been doing this for a decade. So it's the quarterback, but these wily wide receivers know how to run routes. Now, they can't take a beating. DeAndre going to dive. He's not going to put his head down and crash into the pile. But y'all don't need him for that. Y'all need the defense to think that he's going to be a bigger part of the offense than he actually is. That's all Aaron is doing. Scotty Miller who we haven't used all year. And like 3 receptions for 40 yards. Do you realize how important that is? If you're like the our wide receiver room isn't even the best wide receiver room, and you hit Scotty Miller 3 for 40, see, that's Rodgers doing that. He's like the backup, everything. If on a 53-man roster, he's like 52, right in front of the long snapper. he's literally nobody. And Rodgers hit him 3 catches for 40 yards. So, like I said in the last episode, I just attribute it to him trusting the line, which is playing phenomenally, and him trusting the offense.
Right.
And,
Y'all remember Tim?
hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
It's been a long time.
Hey, man, I'm chilling, man.
Okay. All right, good to see you,
Tim ain't
bro.
much of a football fan. He ain't much of a football fan, man.
No, Tim just want,
Like that.
yeah, Tim just want to beat people up. Okay.
But if we was talking about the UFC or MMA, they hit me all night.
What did I just say? Ed? What did I just say?
Right.
Tim just want to beat people up. That's all Tim want to do. Exactly. Exactly.
So look, let me ask you this:
Uh-huh.
if you playing against Aaron Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
see, it's different between MVP Aaron Rodgers. Then you would have a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going against this version of Aaron Rodgers, what would you do? What would be your strategy?
I would say take the middle of the field away, but here's the issue with that. Aaron did something in that Lions game that I think he's only done one other time. And that was a play. He had Valdez Scantling on a wheel route. Now, you know, Aaron got these 2-3 receivers he likes to follow him around. And because of DK Metcalf's stupidity going into the stands and swinging at somebody, they may pick Alan Lazard up because the Jets released him. It's Valdez Scantling, Alan Lazard, and whoever else he just feels comfortable throwing. But here's what happened in that game, something I saw. He had MVS on a wheel route. And he just ran, and you know he's still fast. I noticed Valdez Scantling peeled back off the route, and Aaron threw it 55 air yards. The issue with that is I didn't think he was able to get the ball down the field that far. That's kind of one of my, not a bad issue for me anyway, is I just thought everything at the beginning of the season would be 20, no longer, no more than 30 yards in. He went outside that pocket and threw it more than half the football field. And Valdez Scantling peeled back off the route and tried to dive for it. If he would have kept running, nephew, what's up? If he would have kept running and been on time, that would have been a touchdown.
Okay.
So I can't say
Oh yeah, I remember the play.
take the middle of the field away because you do that if a quarterback has a weak arm like everybody's doing against Phillip Rivers. Phillip's not chucking it half the football field.
Look, let me ask you a question.
So if he can do that, I don't know what to do.
What about? Why was Buffalo so successful against them?
Well, we had mentioned this 2 episodes ago. What was successful was their run game, not the pass game. And I don't know if it was episode 2 or 3 where I mentioned Derek Harmon played 9 games and he missed 4. And the 4 that he missed was the Jet game when he rushed for over 200, the Raven game when y'all rushed for over 200, the Bills game where they rushed for over 200, and another game where somebody rushed for 190. When Derek Harmon is in, we shut down Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, the dual running back that from Chicago, and the 2 running backs from Detroit. When he plays, he's a significant force. That's my opinion. I think he matters that much in our run defense. We don't need him even to get upfield. We need him to defend the run. I don't think it's a coincidence that the 4 games that he's missed, we've given up 191 yards on the ground. When he plays, we give up less than 100. He's responsible for 100 yards rushing. Everybody else is healthy. And I'm about to mention something else, Abe, that you're going to like. And Percy, this for you too. Ed, you've been on my case about TJ and his lack of sacks.
Well, not just sacks, but just impact.
Okay, well, I'm mentioning sacks because I still think he's great against the run. I still think that Raven game, he showed me that he still has that ability to help take the number 1 running back out of the game. But despite that, the Steelers are 2-0 without TJ. Against 2 pretty good running offenses. And me personally, I think they're getting used to life without him. I think this is his last year in a Steeler uniform.
Oh, well, we'll see about that. But that kind of proves what I was saying. It was never a time several years ago that they would be 2-0 without TJ. If anything, it might be the opposite.
We were 1-11. Now we're 3-11 because we won just the last 2 without him and done pretty good. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and get all excited and say I don't want TJ for the playoff run. I'm not saying that because the guy that took his place, number 33 Sawyer, is just good against the run. That's why they drafted him, and he showed that. But he's not TJ. I'm not tripping on it. But to go 2-0 without your best defensive player, I think that's significant.
What's up, Herbert?
Hey, pretty good, man.
All right, so enough of that. Now let's get into some Ravens talk.
Absolutely, let's go.
Feedback. Y'all hear that?
That's Charlotte.
Huh?
All right, it's gone now.
That loud fan going.
Like a relentless need, marked.
No, it's gone now on my end.
Got it now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It went down a little. Oh,
Oh,
y'all got the TV on?
I tried to turn it down.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching these bum lines that the Steelers looked up on.
Yeah, man, they are
Yeah, so what?
so fraudulent, man. It's amazing how these the fraudulent teams always rise to the top when it's time for it in the end of the season.
I'm mad at how they came out so fierce against us, like
Yeah.
it was the Super Bowl, and they look like a bunch of fairies, you know.
Crazy.
No, Charlotte. No, Charlotte, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It was a good win by my team, Charlotte.
So how many ways can we find reasons to fire Harbaugh? Let's do
Hey,
it.
Percy.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I need this opponent.
Hey, Mill, I got notes this time.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do. Hey, it's enough here, man. I know he fired up on this topic right here. I
I'm
know it.
riding
All
with
week just going off, bro.
I'm finally on your side, Percy.
me too.
Thank you.
5 years.
What is it with this Derrick Henry sitting with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter?
It's coaching malpractice.
And see, I could understand if he wasn't playing well, right? But he
Right,
was
he was
running all
killing
over
them.
them. He's running all over.
So look, here, check this out. So this man had, with Ricard and Henry in the game, only on 17 carries, he had more than 120 yards. So 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, he don't see a single additional carry beyond that.
So he didn't get the ball with 12 minutes left to go in the fourth
They
quarter.
were up by what? Was it 11? Were they up by 11?
11.
Yeah, they was up by 11.
Make it make sense. So his
I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know that.
asked him, his justification was, well, that wasn't the rotation. Him and Keaton were taking turns.
You know what?
What?
At this point, he might be trying to get fired.
That's what I said. I said that, Ed.
Why would you try to get
I
fired?
don't know, but
It doesn't make sense, man.
There is nobody that would have done
Wait,
it.
Phil. Right.
it's like
Like,
he.
and let's say your staff is screwing up. Whatever, the running back coach, the offensive coordinator is not saying, okay, we need to get Derek in the ball. The head coach's job is to straighten them out and say, hey, why isn't Derek in the game? I can't comprehend it, bro.
And here's the
Coaching
thing.
malpractice.
I work with really some really old guys that are close to retirement. They aren't trying to get fired, but they aren't trying to keep their job either. They kind of don't care. They're at that stage where like they got enough money. They're like 65. They got enough money stored away. They like, they come to work on time and they leave exactly at 4:30. And they like, if I keep this job, fine. If I don't, they really don't care. And I think Harbaugh is kind of. I'm not sure he wants to get fired, but I'm not sure he wants to keep his job either.
That same fire, that guy, that same fire. Look, I remember him telling the story. His brother was always more athletic, played in the NFL, quarterback. You can tell, bigger. When they was little, Jim used to whip his tail all the time, several times. But the moral of this story is he had to whip his tail several times. John kept coming back for more. That John Harbaugh might not exist anymore.
It's not gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
I got you. He's
fire,
gone.
it's fire. Smil, when he got hot, when he was trying to win that first Super Bowl, his players wanted to kill him. If you watch the documentary of the Super Bowl, they hit him.
The veterans.
But he drove him so hard. He got that.
Right.
Hey, we've gotten a little softer in our old age too, y'all.
Well,
Hey, well, I have.
yeah, you definitely have. No,
I've gotten a little softer in my older age, man.
Just retire then. Put yourself out of the misery. Just leave, man. Well, you know what I'm saying? Why don't he just leave then? I don't get
Right,
it. If it ain't in you no more, fine. Move on.
right.
Enjoy your family, bro.
Well, in addition, and hold that thought. I know you're getting ready to fire. Hold that thought. Here's the issue with Tomlin and Harbaugh, the longest tenured head coaches in the NFL. One at 19 years, Harbaugh's at year 18. One of the differences I see is old people don't like adaptation. They don't like change. This is the way I won a Super Bowl in 2010, so I feel in 2025 it should still work. That's one issue. No, the game has changed from when Tomlin beat the Arizona Cardinals. We were number one against the pass, number one against the run. First of all, no defense is number one against both of those. Cleveland is like top 3, and they 3-14. They're going to be 3-14. So that's number one. Number two is the one difference in the Steelers being 3-0 in December. Just this month, where at this point last year we were 0-3, is Tomlin's adaptability. Here's what I mean. He went for it on 4th down 3 times in the Dolphins game and twice in the Lions game. He went for it on 4th down 5 times in 2 weeks. He hadn't gone for it on 4th down 5 times in the previous 3 years. He's understanding now, okay, you know what? I really want to score this touchdown drive against Miami. We're home. It sends a good message to the team that I trust them. So I'm going to go for it. He went for it on 4th down 3 times in one drive. Tomlin's never done that in 19 years, by the way. But he gets to year 19 and he does it. It's called adaptation, adjustability. He's done it 5 times, and the reason I think his nose is out of the offense and now he can focus 100% on the defense is because he trusts Rodgers. He trusts him. The previous years when he had Trubisky and Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett, he didn't trust him. He's even said in press conferences, yeah, I had to take over the offense. We didn't score more points. We didn't do better. The run game didn't do better when you took it over. We scored the same amount of points that we did with you running the offense than without you running it. We weren't better when he took over, is the moral of the story. So what you take it over for? Because you're the head coach. One, you're the boss. And two, you didn't trust him. He is completely out of the offense now. He goes in the rooms, but he's not, hey, you know what? I think we should do this. Rodgers and Arthur Smith are looking at him like, we got it. And they got it. The Detroit game was the first time I've seen in a while where we didn't have to rely on the defense to win it. When was the last time the Steelers offense could win a game? We scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. When was that? When's the last time that happened? Even the Detroit's defense is suffering. They're still an NFL defense. 17 points. So that my point is, I think he's backing out of the offense. I think he trusts Rodgers more, and I think he's just solely focusing on the defense. That's what I think.
All right. Now let me ask this though. You
Uh-huh.
Arthur Smith. Isn't he still that same kind of prehistoric offensive coach? I mean, he's not exactly one of these innovative, you know.
He's not.
You're right. That's
So
why
I think
Atlanta
the
got him out
Steelers
of town.
still want to try to win.
That's why he lost his job in Atlanta. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, he went 7-10 for 3 straight years too.
Really?
In his defense, he walked into an empty cupboard. When he came to Pittsburgh, he walked into a full cupboard. He didn't have, no, at Atlanta, he didn't have anything. They were coming off,
That's not true. That's not
who
true.
they had? Who's the quarterback?
One, that was sabotage too.
Who was the quarterback?
I don't care, but he wasn't using the boy.
Because he,
What was he, a top 3 pick?
that, Percy, the pick is relative. That, if he was so good, why isn't he playing that?
Wait. So what did Bijan do the year he left, after he left? They immediately started using the boy.
But that was his last year. What about the first? Okay, if it was Arthur, okay, wait a minute. I said they walk
I'm
into.
not saying it was full, but it certainly wasn't empty. He had some talent over there.
He's talking about the quarterback from Cincinnati, who was on that same team Sauce Gardner was on.
Yeah.
His name was
What do teams do that have subpar quarterbacks and they have
Ritter,
different running
Desmond
backs?
Ritter.
Desmond Ritter. If Arthur Smith was the problem, then Ritter should be good now then, right?
So offenses that have a subpar quarterback but a decent running back, decent offensive line, decent wide receiver, what do?
Who said the offensive line was decent?
It was decent. It wasn't terrible.
Nephew, by comparatively speaking, to teams that draft well, he walked into an empty cupboard. You can pick and choose certain a center or quarter. If you're claiming the fame to the argument,
You got
it's
a top 5, top 10, whatever he went pick. You say, well, because, you know.
well, what has he done since Arthur Smith then?
I'm not going to use this boy.
What has he done since Arthur Smith? Desmond Ritter.
Who, Bijan?
Desmond Ritter.
I'm not talking about Desmond Ritter, man.
That was his quarterback.
I don't care about Desmond Ritter. My point is, if you have, and you've seen this, Mason Rudolph, what do the Steelers do when they have his subpar quarterback? They run the
They elevate him. They elevate him.
You run the football. You focus on the running game. They didn't even consider it.
Nephew, you don't think every team is trying to run the football?
You're right. Ed, you're right. He's a dinosaur. So he's one of them guys that he fits a certain mold when you have a good leader like Tomlin, and you can kind of, okay, this is your job. You don't have to be a leader of men. You just need to focus
Oh,
on
he's not a head coach if we debating that.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, no.
And man-
I'm not debating that part. I'm debating you saying Atlanta had good players when he got there.
No. You
I'm
said,
debating that.
you said it was empty. I disagree. It wasn't empty.
Right.
All right, what's levels to it, nephew? Give me a level thing.
Wait. You had Drake London. You had Bijan Robinson. You got the tight end.
No. He drafted Bijan. Bijan wasn't there when he got there. He drafted Bijan.
The next year he was there. That's my point, and he didn't use him.
No,
Yeah.
I said when he got to Atlanta, it was empty.
I'm talking about the year Bijan was there. I don't know what year that was. I'm not getting into semantics, specifics of it.
Well, it's not semantic if I'm telling you.
You got 3 potentially top, at their respective positions, top 15?
Bijan, if
Bijan,
these
Drake,
players are so good,
Desmond Ritter's father involved in his career.
Huh?
huh?
Desmond Ritter's father involved in his career.
Oh my God.
Don't start that. Hey, look, Mill. Hey, Mill. Mill, check this out. I think what me and Percy are trying to say, and what I'm definitely saying.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
He's no Sean McVay.
No.
Ben Johnson. He's
No.
not Kyle Shanahan. He's
No.
not even Todd Monken, as far as I'm concerned. These
I got
guys are creative and
Mhm.
innovative. He is one of these old-fashioned,
I got you.
running head into a brick wall type of.
Hey, do you realize him and Aaron Rodgers are the same age?
Say what? They're the same age.
And you know what? Forget about age. No, you know what? Forget about age because Andy Reid is old, but he's still very innovative. Aaron Rodgers, it's a reason why Aaron Rodgers was interested. You know, he was interested in going to Minnesota. You know why? Because they got Kevin McConnell. I'm not even sure if I'm saying his name.
Yeah, it's McCall. It's
you know
McCall.
what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
these guys are the type of guys that quarterbacks want to work with. Aaron Rodgers, he pretty much went to Pittsburgh is because you all were the last. Nobody else wanted him. The Jets didn't want him. Minnesota didn't want him. And now that's one reason why Aaron Rodgers is trying to stick it to these teams and trying to win the Super Bowl, not because he loves football, because we all know he doesn't love football. He don't love anybody. He's trying to
And really,
he's trying to stick it to, look, he's trying to do, a few minutes ago I mentioned Brett Favre, right? When he was in Minnesota, Favre was trying to win that Super Bowl for Minnesota so bad. You know why? Because he was trying to stick it to Green Bay. These guys are not like Tom Brady. Brady loves football. He wants to win. Period. He don't care whose team he played for. Brady would win a Super Bowl with the Ravens if it meant sticking it to Belichick. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
I got you. I had no problem with that.
These other
Hey,
guys.
you know what? It's funny you said that, Ed, because at the introductory press conference before the season started in training camp, the reason I have is you can almost like and dislike somebody for the same reason. The reason I've disliked Aaron in his years at Green Bay. What are you doing?
He laughing at what you saying. He's saying you've been drinking.
I've been drinking since 12 minutes.
like that breaking news.
Yeah, exactly, right? I hate when Rodgers, when he was in Green Bay, he called out some wide receivers. He called out some wide receivers when he was in the Jets.
He's always been like that.
And I don't like that. I think you should leave stuff in-house.
You know what, Neil? It's funny. You know one thing, let me say this about Aaron Rodgers.
Go ahead.
I think he is the only player I've ever seen in any sport that calls out teammates, and his teammates still love him. Anybody
I'll
else?
tell you, I got a story for that this year, but go ahead.
James Jones hate him. James
Who
Jones
does?
hate him.
Who hates
James Jones, the big net wide receiver at Green Bay.
Hey, nephew, you know who else hate him? Greg Jennings.
Yeah, I've heard Jennings doesn't like him.
Oh, Jennings don't rock with him like at all. Zero.
Yeah, he would call him out, wouldn't he?
He called out. Before the season started, he told the Steelers fans to their face. This is what he said.
On a podcast, my brother got a podcast. My brother's in person. Oh, the one down there in hey, you know this guy.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
That's my man,
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Yeah, he's down in
Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. He looked the Steeler media in the face and told them, I don't need to be here. I'm here because I want to be here. And then he started getting all ayahuasca and high-minded about this felt like the right football decision. It was good for my soul. And I started going like this. But I understood his point. I don't understand how men like us, all four, I'm going to include all four of us, as honest as we can be with people, we have a problem when other people are honest about someone else. That's the perplexing part. All four of us are cut from the same rock. We have no issue with stating our opinions. We even started a podcast on stating our opinions and being honest. Now, Rodgers, 2 weeks ago, after the Bills game, had made a comment about the receiver room. He said pass catchers in the receiver room. So you don't know if he's talking about the running backs, the tight ends, or the wide receivers. We need to be dedicated. We need to be more. Don't just do the basics. When Tomlin's requirement of watching film is over with, do you stay and watch more? I need my pass catchers to be dedicated and in. You know who he was talking about? Johnny Smith. Johnny was just leaving after Tomlin's requirement. He wasn't staying extra long like DK and the runner. So since the Bills lost, he scored 2 touchdowns. He never went to the media and complained. I don't know what's happening in the locker room, but you think the media hasn't pressed him about it? Hey, are you staying in a... He said, I'm doing what I have to do this, that, and the other. Now he's an integral part of the offense. He never complained. So what's the problem?
Well,
That doesn't work for every player, though. You know?
Okay, well, it didn't work for Greg Jennings.
I give him credit. He's consistent. You're right. He does it about everybody. He doesn't care. From my point
He
of view,
treats everybody the same. Don't we do that?
not everybody responds to that the same way, right?
You're right. You're right.
Strategic. I can see if you know your teammates, you know certain teammates you can do that with. Other ones you can't. They'll tune you out. So he has to be mindful of that. Obviously, like you said, he don't care. He gonna still be on the set. So
Like us.
yeah, you gotta play that media game though, man. You know, it's a game. It's chess.
It is. It is. He's been playing this media game. I mean, and honestly, when he threw that 55-yard air bomb that Valdez-Scantling peeled back off the route, I was disappointed he did that. I have to think about, even though he's 42, he sat 3 years behind Favre, and he missed a year because of torn Achilles. So his arm isn't as dead, and somebody else had to bring that up to me. He's not really 42. At least his throwing arm isn't. He sat behind Favre for 3. He tore his Achilles 2 or 3 years ago and sat out that year. He tore it the second.
4 years worth of passes he didn't.
He's 4 years that he doesn't have on that right arm. That's why I think he still has the zip. That's my opinion of why he was able to get the ball.
Well, you know what? What you saying about honesty? I mean, we had a quarterback here for a long time, Flacco, who was very honest, and a lot of people did not like him.
Right.
They didn't.
Well, nobody wants to be called out on that jump. I like how he didn't say wide receiver specifically, the tight end room specifically, or the running backs. He said my pass catchers. That's like 8 people.
Right.
We need to be dedicated, and the media deduced that he was talking about Johnny Smith. Now he's a... So, I look, y'all, not you, nephew, but you and Shaw played with me. I didn't hold back when I was talking to other guys in my huddle. Did I?
Everybody has a different style. You know, again, that's what Percy is saying. The strong arm quarterback that used to play with us, John, the white boy, John.
Oh, yeah. I know John. Yeah. Okay.
His style was not like yours.
It's passive. John was very passive.
Yeah. So.
And Jet was very passive too. He wasn't confrontational.
Right.
I'm confrontational. If you run the wrong route, I'm gonna tell you. If you drop it, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you I'm freezing you out if you drop again.
Everybody has their own. Jalen Hurts, what is he like? I don't know if he's a fiery Drew Brees or a Brady or a Dan Marino.
Right.
I don't think so. You know, and it kind of shows too. You know, what you see is people wilding out and saying whatever, going to the media, whatever. Maybe he needs to be a little more. You hear that's that static again? Is that Shard?
Yeah, that's Shard.
Right. So
it's weird, but his thing's on mute.
Oh, really? Yeah. So everybody has their own style. But look, okay.
I got you.
Now, we agree that Harbaugh is out the door. This is the beginning of the end. Now, what about the quarterback situation? Okay.
For the Ravens or Steelers?
Well, like you said, y'all not sure who y'all quarterback is going to be next year.
We're not.
This year is going to play out however it plays out, but next
Mm-hmm.
year you all not sure.
Nope.
So Percy, if look, and by the way, I the price has gone up as far as I'm concerned. Now I say 4 first-round picks.
And nobody's giving you 4 first for Lamar.
Okay, not okay. Now wait a minute. No, okay. Now let's examine that. Let's examine that and see if what you're saying is true.
Okay.
The Bears gave up 3 first-round picks for Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack. I'm not trying to dog Khalil Mack.
And he's not even on the team anymore.
and he's not. And he don't play quarterback.
Yeah.
The Redskins gave up 3 first-round picks for a quarterback who had not even played a game yet. RG3. 3 first-round picks for RG3. We all agree that if Cleveland, rather than giving Myles Garrett that huge contract, they probably would have got 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. You starting to see where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Look, Sauce Gardner. They got 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner.
And Sauce is good though. Sauce the dude. I like Sauce.
Neil, listen to what I'm saying.
Mhm.
If these guys are getting 2 and 3, I got a quarterback who's just about to turn 29 years old and has won 2 league MVPs. Should have been a 3rd. And you expect the price to be the same? No. I want 4 first rounds.
4 first rounders would be a shock to me. I could see maybe they did 3 and maybe a second or something like that.
Okay.
You just mortgage your whole team, man.
Since when does Miami care? Miami want to sell tickets. They don't care about
Miami.
those.
Yeah, they sabotage.
Since when? They don't care.
He doesn't fit Mike McDaniel's offensive system.
Oh, you don't think
No,
so?
no. Mike McDaniel's system is built off of a lot of motion. Lamar is a 1 or 2 read. Yeah, 2 is not a read option quarterback. Lamar's read option. I mean, unless they fire McDaniel, if they fire him, yes. But look, you ever look at all the motion his offenses do, Mike McDaniel's, and you have to eliminate read option because Tua can't run because of his nervous condition. So I'm looking at. I think it would work, but you got to fire I don't think Lamar will work in his system. Just my opinion. Lamar's read option, McDaniel doesn't run read option. Well, he may try to, but the option part of running, Tua doesn't do. Lamar does.
He's not going anywhere, man. We know who we need to get out of town. Y'all keep
Here you go. Here you go.
No, we've established. No, we've established that you're right. You've been saying it for 50 years now. You're right. When you right, you right.
I'm sorry, man.
But the Ravens not going to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, and that's something that Ravens fans.
And see, here's where I disagree. I know it's easy to say that now because you guys are disappointed about your record. You're disappointed about how the season turned out. But Ed, okay, maybe not, but let me just say.
The Ravens are one of them organizations that looks into the future. And he is not going to age well. He's not going to age well. He's not going to play into his early 40s like Brady. That's not going to happen.
What about this? Let me know what you think about this. This is for all of y'all too. Or Shaw, since he's not listening. Sometimes you can get a quarterback with a tremendous amount of talent, and under new leadership, they transform into something else. You've mentioned in the past, Peyton Manning took on new leadership, Drew Brees took on new leadership. There's some quarterbacks. Look, so what I mean is, Harbaugh may not be his Super Bowl winning head coach. Lamar, in my opinion, doesn't need a passive head coach. Me personally, I think he needs a head coach to ramp up the discipline. He needs a Parcells, a Belichick, a Tom Coughlin, a John Gruden. He needs somebody that's not going to take any crap off of him.
Okay, well, we'll see how, we
Right? I mean, what do you think?
We look. It's just it reminds me of LeBron always have all this nice things to say about Greg Popovich. Yeah, that's because he never played for him. Yeah.
I got you.
At practice, it's a whole different story.
Right. Well, maybe Lamar needs structure. And Sean's not listening like your father.
Like a father.
Oh, now he listened. Yeah, did you hear that?
He heard that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So all I'm saying, Ed, is I always use the John Elway reference because he was a scrambling quarterback that could go downfield. Elway lost his first Super Bowls that got blown out. But then he had Dan Reeves. But then he got another head coach. And he changed. Then his last 2 years were 2 Super Bowls. For all we know, that could be Lamar. Lamar may not win his Super Bowl till 3 years from now. We don't know that. He may need a coach that's going to tell him, I'm the boss. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And I think your owner is going to back the head coach up.
You know one of the reasons why I say what I'm saying, and not just because of all the things Shard was talking about the, the him not having the type of grown man championship leadership type qualities. Not even that. Take his style of play for example. Now,
Right.
When he first came into the league, he would run. It was a part of his game. We didn't have a problem with it. But brother, why are you allowing yourself to get tackled like a running back? He didn't like being called a running back. Okay, fine. You've become an excellent passer. But you don't have to, even though you're not taking these big hits, you don't have to let yourself be tackled. You ever heard of sliding and running out of bounds? Guess what he's starting to do now that his body's getting beat up? You might not have noticed this, Mill. I know Percy noticed it. Now all of a sudden he's sliding.
Yeah, I noticed it.
Where was
It's
this
the same reason. It's the same reason Kobe.
As a matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers, let me just say this real quick. I forget.
Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers, when he was still with Green Bay, a preseason game, we played Green Bay. I'll never forget. Lamar didn't play, Aaron Rodgers didn't play. After the game, they come center, all the reporters, everybody got their cameras. And they shook hands. Aaron Rodgers, I never forget what Aaron Rodgers said to Lamar. He said, I love your game, man. Well, you need to go ahead and slide a little bit sometimes. Lamar said, I got you, back. Okay, he should have listened to that advice 5 or 6 years ago, whenever that game took place. All right, now go ahead, Mill. What you about to say?
It's for the same reason Kobe and Mike developed jump shots later in the year, later in their careers. They were really driving to the basket a lot, and then they realized in years 7 or 8, they had a grace period that wear and tear. And Mike's jump shot got wicked. Kobe's jump shot got wicked. Even LeBron is a better three-point shooter now than he was just as recent as 7 years ago. So it is definitely something to be said about the abuse. It's a grace period on it. But what I'm saying is, despite, even if you take the running away, not completely, I still think on the throwing scale, with the only throw he struggles to make is the deep outside across the field throw to the sideline. He still struggles with that to this day. Even despite that, he's able to make the throw necessary to be a pocket quarterback. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Sean, turn that down, son. Hey, what's on that back, homie?
I don't think it's mine.
Okay, there we go. We were talking about Lamar, and, well, we're so glad you're a part of this podcast, Sean. I'm glad you're a part of it. But anyway, we were talking about your boy and how great of a fatherhood presence he's had in his life.
Please don't start that. Look, Sean. Look, Sean. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I told them the price didn't go down. The price went up. If I'm talking to Miami, I want 4 first-round picks, and I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I want 4 first-rounders, and guess what? If you don't give them to me, then I'll just keep Lamar. I still got one of the best. To me, this is a win-win for the Ravens. If they
Right.
say no, then I keep Lamar. You all. I heard y'all going to get rid of Tua. Y'all going to finish 1-16 next year. If you get Lamar and give me 4 first. Look, bro. Let me tell you something.
Oh, here we
Tell
go.
him, man. Hey, tell him, man. Tell him,
These
man.
teams that draft in the top 5 every year, I don't know how do you not build a winner? The Ravens be picking in the teens, in the 20s. If you give us 4
So wait.
first-round picks, Mill, I guarantee you 4 first-round picks. Within 3 years, we back in the Super Bowl.
No question. No
That-
question.
Hey, look, I've been missing for the past 20 minutes from this, so let me say something for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So, this young man, who I have nothing against personally, but he has been holding this organization back for 7 years.
Lamar?
A person, yes, Lamar. So a person will look at his statistics and they'll look at his individual accolades and they'll say, "Sir, you're crazy." But they don't understand the balance between the leader of the team and the success of the team. It's different now. It's different in 2025. In 2025, the leader of your team is the quarterback. He has to be almost like an executive. He has to be like an executive. He has to be serious, mature. He can't get in a lot of off-field trouble. He has to know how to lead men. He has to know how to direct offense. He has to know how to call protection. Know the wide receivers' responsibility. Know the tight ends. Know the running backs' responsibility. He has to be able to tell his head coach to shut up at times. You don't know what I'm talking about. He has to be able to override the offensive coordinator at times because I was watching Cam Newton's podcast the other day. You know what he said? He said something right now. And Cam Newton is a Super Bowl quarterback. Didn't win, he made it.
And he got an MVP.
Several individual accolades. And you know what he said on the podcast? He said when a quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage, he has 3 plays. He said every team does it, which makes sense. Because why would you come to the line of scrimmage with 1 play? Knowing that the defense can change, they can switch to a blitz, they can figure out zone, they can switch to cover 3, 4, 5, 6. He said the QB comes with 3 plays. He said 2 runs, 1 pass, 2 pass, 1 run, any variation of runs and passes. So all of this blaming the offensive coordinator is horse crap. Because he has 2 runs and a pass or 2 passes and a run. So he can audible to either at any time.
Good question. Do you think
So
he
wait,
had
hold on,
that
I'm not
in his
done.
first
I'm not
2
done.
years?
So when Lamar comes to the line of scrimmage and we pass it 6 straight times and we blame Monty with pointing of the finger at the wrong place, Lamar can audible to a run and I'm not exaggerating when I say every down, every single down he can audible to a run. So yes, he doesn't want to audible to a run because he wants for individual. Because you know how you don't get the MVP? He's handing off to the freaking run. So perhaps he needs to audible. Okay? So when you're the leader of the team, you have to understand that. When Peyton Manning was getting all of those accolades and MVPs and all of these 13, 14, 15, you know what he didn't have during that time?
Playoff wins? A Super Bowl win.
You know
Right.
when he finally got one?
When he hurt his neck.
When they was right. When he stopped throwing so much and he started playing. I don't know if y'all remember that Ravens Colts game in Baltimore in 2006. Peyton Manning ate. I couldn't believe my eyes. He wasn't throwing it. He was eating the football. They were running with extra games. They hit 5. Peyton Manning hit 5 field goals.
I watched that game in your basement.
You're right.
I-
They played
Yeah.
defense with Bob Sanders Sanders, and Peyton was like, look, just don't let him get in the end zone. And they didn't. And they beat us
15 to 6.
3, 6.
15 to 6. I remember.
It ain't when you get to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl, man. It's not about the accolades, the MVP, is that win the game. And that young man, that was the MVP of my game. When you get in the playoffs, son, who cares about your passing yards or your fancy Superman, crazy plays? Throw the ball away. Slide. Live another day. Punt the ball. If last year, if he wouldn't have turned that ball over 2 times in the first half, the Ravens would have won. I guarantee. The Ravens would have better. He still he has a humility issue, man.
Wait a minute. In the playoff game
Against Buffalo.
Against Buffalo.
where Henry fumbled?
No. Lamar turned over 2 times in the first half.
I'm thinking of the regular season game earlier this year. My bad.
Trying to be a superhero.
Don't get me wrong. Lamar's great in the regular season.
Right.
He turned it over 4 times that year. He turned it over 4 times
In one
He
playoff.
turned over 4 times in 17 games. 4 and 17. He turned over twice in one half.
Okay, sure. All right.
The only one that thinks that's nuts.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I mean, at this point, and I agree with everything you said. They built, and Harbaugh even said it. They built the entire team around Lamar. So now they're stuck because the framework of the team is based on. Well, first, if you look at it, his first 2 or 3 years were based on his limitations, right? Now he grown as a passer, but even then, early on, everything was based on what that RPO, whatever you want to call it. And as he grew as a passer, they still catered to the tight end, the play calls catered to the tight end because he was comfortable. So I agree, you're not wrong, but it's like, well, where do we go from here? He's here, bro.
Here's the thing, person. You remember I was up your house, we were watching the Chiefs, Ravens, championship. You remember what I said after that game? You were asking me where we go from here.
You talking about 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago. You remember what I was saying? So I said we done. I said it's over.
Yeah, you did say that.
I said it's over.
That was their window.
Yeah,
I agree. I honestly didn't see last year coming to be competitive. I didn't think they'd even get back that far.
Right.
So you're right.
The window's passed, man.
It's definitely closed now.
They should.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
No, what I mean,
That's not.
What I mean by that, it's closed with the combination of coaching staff and players that we have.
Right.
I'm not saying it can't change, but if you keep this same crew together, you're going to have the same result.
And they won't. They won't. It's going to be changed.
Okay.
What Einstein say the definition of insanity? What Einstein say?
Doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
So the Harbaugh, Lamar, look, Harbaugh has proven he can win a championship with some Hall of Fame. He hit the Lamar Harbaugh combination can't do it. Now you can blame whoever you want. I'm not really interested in pointing blame. I'm really not. But the combination of them, that leadership, Rashad, you know how it goes. Ed Murphy, owner, general manager, quarterback, coach. That's the 4. If you got them good 4, you're gonna do something.
Right down the
That
middle,
combination we got now, now Bashadi and Harbaugh won, and Bashadi got 2 rings. Harbaugh got 1. So they both have them 2 have proven they not the problem to me. But DeCosta as the general manager ain't won crap, and Lamar as the starting quarterback ain't won crap. Lamar ain't even been in the season. So to me, I would get rid of the people who have proven they can't do it. That's what I personally would do. That's what I would do at work. If you ain't been a part of the success, bye. You haven't proven you can be part of the success.
Yeah, if they can get the haul that man said they can get, I'm all for it. But if they can't get that haul, man,
So
the
you on
easier
board?
route to go, the path of least resistance is to change the headship, change the leadership.
But Harbaugh and Lamar can hold hands on their way out the door. That's fine. I don't have a problem. Both of them can go. At this point, the only thing I care about is winning the Super Bowl. So you on board? If we got 4 first-round picks,
Let's do it.
Yes, I would do it.
I
And
mean,
Mill,
honestly,
I'm
I was
telling you,
on board with three.
see, Mill, you know one reason
I was
why.
on board for 2. I was
Now,
on board for
let me just say this to Mill. Let me say this to this.
Remember, I was saying it. Remember when they were going to sign him 3 years
Right.
ago?
Right. Well, that was different, Sean. Well, Sean, I think that was a little different because they knew no teams were going to bite. But I'm talking about this time, really, the Dolphins being interested, and they're the perfect team to be interested because they honestly, they so used to not going to the Super Bowl, they don't care about going to the Super Bowl or not. They want their fans.
I've been to a Miami game. Me and Missy went to a Miami Ravens game.
Right.
Fans don't give a crap.
They don't care. They honestly don't care. But you know what they would care about?
They have babies and stuff.
You know what they would care about? Seeing a big star like Lamar. Oh, we going to see Lamar. That to them is no different than going to see Beyonce in concert. It's
It's
the
a party.
same thing.
It's just a party. Yeah, it's a party. Yeah.
So
when we went there, they were just having a party. The ladies had bathing suits on. The guys had trunks and tank tops on. It was a party. They don't give a crap.
so I know you might worry about trading them, especially trading them to an AFC team where suppose Lamar takes them to the Super Bowl. Bruh, if he couldn't take this organization, a real organization, to the Super Bowl, you really think he's taking the Dolphins to the Super Bowl? I mean, let's stop. Let's just be fair for a second here.
It's too much to do in Miami. And he's from Florida.
So
He's from Florida. All I see is guys that look like him walk up and down the street. They all look the same. They all act the same. They all talk the same.
And Mill, I'm gonna tell you something else. You have to do it while Lamar still has you have to do it while he still has value. Don't
Right.
wait until he's 32 or 33.
You right.
Right. I got you.
He about to turn 29.
Ed, I know we disagree, Ed. They should have done this.
Well, no, you had to. No, Sean, you was talking about Sean crazy. He's talking about doing it way too early. You had to give him a chance. We gave him a
I
chance.
gave him a chance, Ed. Ed, he had 5
No,
years.
Sean, you was talking about after the Tennessee playoff loss in 2019. You was talking about that. That was after 2 years.
Get up, you drunk!
Well,
I know.
I can't get up.
Look at you drunk!
I'm glad Shaw's not my father, but I'm glad. I feel sorry for Isaiah. After 2 years, he said, "Okay, I gave you a chance." 2 years?
Hey, Shaw, charge your phone. Shaw, charge your phone. I got a notification your battery's low.
Yeah, I don't think I got a charger down here. So it's 15%, so I got like 15 minutes left.
Okay, all right. So
All right.
we can wrap this up, sir. Okay, so what's happening this weekend? We going
Ravens.
we gonna lose Saturday
Hey,
night.
hey,
We gonna
hold
lose.
up. You know the Ravens are 3-6 at home this year.
3 and 6 meal.
six.
Meal. Now
Come
come on, meal. Team
That's-
that's a fear coming here.
Y'all were great at home. But now, I thought this was in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, we're gonna lose.
Oh, this is in Lambeau, right?
No, he's just saying our home record.
Oh, okay.
We lost
Now,
6 home
now, but now listen now. Question: is Lamar playing?
I don't think so.
Because Jordan Love may not play.
Yeah.
Why would they play him? It makes no sense. I wouldn't play him.
If Green Bay roll out Huntley, I'm sorry, Malik Willis, they about the same quarterback. Then
If Love don't play, yeah, they can win. They can win with.
I think y'all gonna win if Love don't play.
They can win with Snoop. You right?
And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. If it's Snoop and Malik Willis, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm rooting for the Ravens Saturday.
You want that Week 18 matchup?
No. If Green Bay beats y'all, that automatically gives us the division regardless of what happens, what we do with Cleveland on Sunday. I want us to have to beat Cleveland Sunday.
Oh, you want them to earn it?
Absolutely. Because if y'all lose and go 7 and 8, or whatever your record would be,
7-9.
Well,
7-9,
here's the thing. Y'all games at 1 o'clock. The Ravens-
and y'all play Saturday. That's why I want you to win.
Saturday, my bad.
Saturday.
They'll know. Yeah, you right.
They'll know we don't have to be Cleveland or y'all in the last game of the year.
Right,
It's
right.
still
You don't want
Pittsburgh
that.
and
I
Cleveland.
get what you said.
It's still Pittsburgh and Cleveland. They hate each
And
other.
if y'all lose to Green Bay, now listen now, it's not any specific head coach, regardless of how I defend Mike Tomlin. It's human nature. You do what you have to do to get by.
Yeah, you gonna let them fight
That's
together.
the issue.
Yeah.
Forget the fact that in the past 10 games we're 3-7 in Cleveland. Remove that fact, or 2-8, or something ridiculous. We forget the fact that we do terrible in Cleveland. You gotta add human nature. Y'all just win Saturday and not get on my nerves, okay? Can y'all do that?
I don't think your head coach is gonna allow that though. I don't think Tomlin's gonna let them get away with that.
It's
He
just
don't,
as
he
a
don't have that kind of personality to me.
as a
Hey, I got
side
a
note.
question for you, Mill. So you remember how you said you don't know who the quarterback's going to be next year? Just give me your opinion on this. Would you be comfortable with an interim quarterback, somebody that you can hold over for a few years until you figure out your franchise quarterback? Would you be comfortable with that?
No.
Why not? 'Cause
This-
there's nobody coming out the draft as a franchise quarterback next year.
It's not.
So, okay, reason I say that is you mentioned Malik Willis. I think he'd be a great fit for y'all as an interim until you got somebody. Yeah, so.
You wanna know why I have to disregard that? Because a Raven is telling me that, and I know that's not good for my team.
No. Malik Willis can play. It ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm serious. Just from a objective football perspective.
Well, let me give you.
He's not a star. He's not somebody you're going to build your team around, but he's somebody that can play decent enough to get you a fair amount of wins until you figure out what to do at quarterback.
He making some plays in Green Bay though. Malik Willis, he making plays in Green Bay.
That's what I'm saying.
He's under a system.
You could probably get him at a decent price. I don't know if he's a free agent. I don't know what his contract is.
I don't either. He's under a system where he's a poor man Jordan's love. The floor system is good for guys like Malik Willis. He be coming in the Arthur Smith system, absolutely not good for him. That's just my opinion on it.
Right.
This is what I would do. I know Rodgers said at the beginning of the year, this is his last year.
Did he?
Steelers are top 5 in salary cap space, and we painted all the defense, and TJ's coming off the books after this year. That's not a fact. That's an opinion. And he will only cost, and in reality, he will only cost him $10 million. That's not damaging us. I would go Aaron Rodgers with the money he got at the New York Jets. Draft somebody you think you can groom that can sit behind Rodgers for a year. Throw money at Rodgers to bring his old behind back, so he'll be 43 in December of next year, and do that. Regardless of what, I mentioned this 2 episodes ago. Regardless of who your quarterback is, certain franchises are just cursed with expecting to win. The Ravens, the Chiefs, the Steelers. Even though we've been influx the past 5 seasons without Roethlisberger, we're expected to perform. We're expected to make the playoffs. We're expected to make a deep run even though we haven't. The expectation is there. Malik Willis is not going to fill that expectation.
No, I agree there.
He's not.
That's
He's-
why I said a placeholder.
But Mill, one thing you're not considering, you can control the Aaron Rodgers situation. If
Yeah,
he
it's a
decides to
hit game.
retire,
It depends on how much money you throw at him. Depends. If they give him Jets money, he'll come back.
you know
Think
what,
so?
Mill? He didn't come to y'all because of the money this year.
He did. He said he did.
He only getting 10 million or whatever.
I don't know, but it's way less than the Jets.
He didn't come for the money. He came to stick it to people who were saying that he can't play anymore. And so far, he's been doing that.
Right.
There's got to be another option out there, man. Even if it's just a placeholder for a while.
Well, nephew, we both agree that none of these cats coming out. Of all the quarterbacks coming out this year, I don't feel any of them are first rounders. But Ed, mark my word, 4 of them are going in the first round.
Yeah, they told you that's the
They're going to be drafting second and third rounders in the first round. So, hey, Shaw, put yours on me. Put it on me.
What is he doing?
Put it on me, nigga.
Hey, bro, you better not be going to use the bathroom.
You know what? Hey, whatever. I'm a me shot because he's a little.
I don't know. Dad, he in the car. What are you doing, bro? He outside?
Nah, I gotta go to the truck real quick and get my charger.
So this is what I would do. I like Mendoza from Indiana.
Yeah, but here,
I like Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. I like Dante Moore from Oregon. Not first rounders.
Second round at best. Yeah, I agree.
but somebody's gonna take them in the first round.
They are. And we're not. You know what we're going to do? We're going to draft a game-changing player or offensive defense. Maybe go back to the wide receiver room. I trust the Steelers how we draft wide receivers and get somebody like that.
Okay.
But when this happens, we're going to do an emergency podcast is what I call it. Is when they tender Rodgers again and bring him back because nephew, the only thing I would see is bringing him back. I don't like anybody else out there. All the quarterbacks that I like are locked into their team. They're not giving them up.
In my
Well,
opinion,
yeah, I wasn't looking at current starters. I'm looking at, some veteran that, serviceable. I don't even know. I know he can't run. I'm not saying him, but I'm saying like a Kirk Cousins type of guy. You know what I mean? Not saying him per se, but
Right. I got you.
and this is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The Buffalo game. After Joey Bosa hit him and Aaron Rodgers got up and the way his face
Looking like this.
and now the cast and everything,
regretting his
I
decision.
think that this is the last. When you get that age,
He said it was. He said it. This was his last
you
year.
don't really want to take these hits anymore.
What has he got left to prove?
It's just like if we decided to step on the football field again right now against these young boys. Yeah, come on, man.
No, not this body. Not this body.
I said you could have seen me 20 years ago. You couldn't have guarded me then. I guarantee you that. So you can talk that trash now. But anyway, at any rate, okay, we're not sure about our situation this Saturday, and let's get into the predictions. Saturday night, we're not sure what's going to happen, Green Bay or whatever.
I do. I know what's going to happen. Go Ravens.
I mean, both of them are questionable, right?
Yeah, both of them questionable.
Willis and Love, they're questionable. I
Yeah,
think.
so it's hard to pick scores and all, and even don't know who's playing. Now, y'all game meal, y'all know everybody who's playing, and in the case of Metcalf, not playing. So other than that,
For the next two.
give me a prediction for y'all game.
If I'm not making any excuses. If the Ravens lose, we're going to lose Sunday. If the Ravens win, we're going to win Sunday.
Okay,
That's my prediction.
All right.
That's my prediction, and I'm sticking with it.
No, that's reasonable. Like you said, limitation.
I don't like knowing we could clinch the division with a loss. I want y'all to win to force us to beat Cleveland. I know we can beat Shador, and I like Shador.
To your point, there's something to be said for playing winning football going into the playoffs.
You think you talking to somebody who lost all of December last year, nephew? Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah, and what you're saying, Neil, this is the reason why the NFL, this is one of the smartest things they've done, let you play your division at the end of the season. That's why if we do win and you all win Sunday, then it's going to come down to the last game, right?
And the last game is going to matter.
Not only is it going to matter, that our game is not going to be 1-4. They're going to put it on Sunday night because they don't even want teams preparing until Monday morning. They don't want anybody to know where they're going or who they're playing. The only ones that can rest are the two number one seeds. Everybody else is up in the air. So that's one of the smartest things the league did to me.
Vegas got you favored by 3. So,
The Steelers
yeah.
That's
in
all.
Cleveland. That may work. I think Vegas didn't consider the Packers Ravens emotional connection.
The context.
I think that game matters more than Vegas thinks, or maybe they know and they don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe they know and like
Pittsburgh's
no.
only favored by 3.
3.
In Cleveland, though, where we've lost 3 and 7 in our last 10.
So when they say the home team always gets 3. So basically they saying it's a toss-up.
It's a draw. Yeah. Anybody's game.
Okay.
Watch Shador add to his career game against us. Watch.
He throws it downfield. We'll see if they can protect him. He definitely
Oh,
he
yeah.
gets it downfield.
yeah.
Y'all been getting to the quarterback last couple of weeks, even without
With 4, without TJ. Because Derek Harmon requires a double team.
Right.
I've been mentioning him for the past several weeks. He matters. He matters.
This week. Your boy practiced this week, so he's playing a little lot.
Who?
Okay, TJ.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Like you're not a fan, but he look like he's playing.
No, I love TJ, but I know when your time is up. I've been hearing, only reason I've been giving kickback to people is because people have been telling me his time is up the year he won Defensive Player of the Year. So I've been hearing this for 4 years. But there go TJ's coming, so I understand when the time is up. I think some people were pulling the plug on him a little too early.
See, Mill, the thing is, and I don't want to get into a long thing again because we about to wrap up. But
Right.
back then, when TJ was in his prime, the question is, are you going to win a Super Bowl? So some people were saying that's the time that you trade him, and you could have got a lot for TJ. Because
A lot of-
I think
yeah.
some of these teams are saying, well, we just want TJ to retire with the Steelers. We want him to be a one-helmet guy going into the Hall of Fame. That's what Cleveland did with Myles Garrett. Who cares about that? I don't care about who. What do these teams care about? What do you want your legacy to be? I don't care. Look, the black community, they will be up in arms if the Ravens trade Lamar. I don't care what color my quarterback is. I'm not a Lamar fan. I'm a Ravens fan.
Right.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I've been fighting
But
that.
anyway.
I've been fighting that battle for the past since he lost in 2019 in Tennessee. When I go in the barbershop,
Yeah, no.
when I go in the barbershop, when I go in the barbershop and I say anything negative about Lamar, they about to take me out back in Hinkley. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm like, y'all a bunch of racists. Y'all racist.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't give a crap about the bad back
Color.
that he was out Florida or that he got ran or running that's they call it, and then he got ran. I care if he's good enough to win the Super Bowl. That's all. I don't give a crap. I really don't care, man. These people crazy,
Yeah.
man. They support a person based on their nationality.
Based on skin color. And then Shard, look, Shard, they turn around and vilify anybody if a white person does the same thing.
Right. And
They
look,
they criticize white people for doing the same thing.
the last time I checked, correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time I checked, judging somebody based on their race, I could have swore that's called racist. I could have swore that's racist. So I don't care that people.
Yeah,
is
that's
black.
the definition.
Look, Lamar was born on January 7th. You know who else was born on January 7th?
You?
I don't care about none of that. Race, same color. I don't.
Nor should you.
Bro,
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I view my black quarterbacks in the NFL. I give them a little more grace than the white boys. I do. Because they're judged differently and they're judged harder.
I root for them. I definitely root for them.
Yeah, but they're judged differently. We moved the goalposts for our black quarterbacks. Now, I will say that.
well, no.
If a white boy will be allowed, like if Kirk Cousins was black, he wouldn't even be in the league.
Correct.
He wouldn't. He can't run. He only throws half the time. He'd be out the league, but he's the right complexion. So I still give my black quarterbacks a little more grace and a little more leash than the white boys. I will say that.
I agree with you that black males have to work harder at their profession. I agree with that, and that goes
Everything, not just quarterback.
beyond NFL. That goes to the delivering mail, architecture, construction, whatever you're doing. That goes. But here's the thing: work harder.
I'm listening.
Work harder. So you
And you don't think he is?
Yeah, you know that's the truth. You know that's a fact, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
of a different race. I know that. So because of that, I work harder. I understand the United States isn't fair. This world isn't fair. But I don't want my family to suffer because the world isn't fair. So I work harder. So my counterpart,
Right.
that might be my same age from Baltimore, that perhaps he's a Caucasian male, and perhaps his daddy left him 50 grand and paid for his college, and he had more advantages. I don't care. I'm not going to allow that to make me suffer and my family suffer.
Right, beat him.
Lamar,
Beat him anyway.
right, I'm going to beat him anyway. Which is what Jalen Hurts did. Jalen Hurts did.
Right, right.
Regular Joe. Jalen Hurts was a regular Joe. Came from a regular game. Work hard, be more disciplined, be more professional, which is what Jalen Hurts is. Lamar took the other approach. Lamar's like, I'm going to be me, and I'm going to wear fronts in my teeth, and I'm going to wear big dreadlocks down my head, and I'm going to come to practice. If I feel like aching pain, I'm going to stay home from practice because my back hurts. Nigga, go to practice. Practice is. So I heard an NFL player say this a while ago. I think it was Ray. He said the game isn't the job. He said practice is the job. That's work. That's when you go to work every day, you gotta wake up early, it sucks, you don't feel like it, you gotta stay, you don't feel like it. That's practice. The NFL game is fun. He said you go to training camp, you go to practice work, and then you have fun. Because the hard work is training camp. Don't make the game fun. So stop missing practice, man, because your back hurts. Because you need go to work. Go to work, you trifling nigga. You're a trifling nigga. That's what you are. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how rich you are, man. I really don't. I really don't.
I love it.
I don't.
I love it.
Because if I had somebody...
Hey, this your boy right here, fired up.
I don't know why I got that topic started back up.
I know. But look,
Yeah, what's up?
go ahead, Ed. Oh, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, we got all picked from the three of us, except Rashard just got back on. We was talking about.
Okay.
Is Shaw still there?
Well, he's logging back in. He's on his cell phone. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man.
So,
That's all I'm saying.
What's your score? Who you calling the game?
The Packers.
Packers, Ravens, Steelers.
So Green Bay, let me see, Green Bay at home. And we got Huntley, and perhaps they got Willis. I would say Green Bay just because they home. If it was in Baltimore, I'd be Baltimore. And Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Cleveland against division rivals, they play different.
They do. I just said it.
They got a good D,
Just said it.
and they got Shador. I'm gonna take Cleveland just because Cleveland is weird with the division, man. When they home, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna take Cleveland. I think the Steelers and Ravens gonna lose.
and then
Well, I will. He sounded like me. He wasn't on when I said if the Ravens win, the Steelers are going to win. If the Ravens lose, we're going to lose. He said it, but he was off, charging his phone up. That's me and Sean agree, and we think that's the outcome. Predicting the score with backup quarterbacks in the Green Bay Raven game is tough. That's tough. Yeah. So I'm going for the Ravens Saturday officially. That's my opinion. I'm going for the Ravens Saturday.
Congratulations on winning the division, Mill. Congratulations. Hats off to you.
I didn't see this coming. My original prediction, I may have sent it to Charlotte. I said 11-6 and one playoff win. If we beat Cleveland and we sit everybody, we'll go back to 10-7, which I don't want to lose before we go into the playoffs. But it's a different 10-7, I think. I wanted 11-6. 11-6 just has a better feel to it. It
Give
looks
your team credit because y'all had adversity too, and you overcame it, and that's the key to good coaching.
hey, nigga, your boy head.
You gotta overcome all the things that come in the NFL season. So
Hey, look. We look. Rodgers has been the stir that stirred this drink, but I'm gonna come off of it a little bit because I think he's getting a free pass. You mentioned Harbaugh struggling. Tomlin had his struggles. Andy Reid's not doing too well right now either. Should he get terminated?
Yeah, no. Now, Mill, it's kind of hard to terminate somebody that's just been to 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
So,
he's been
Well, he's been to 5 because of the quarterback. Mahomes is the reason he's gone. He went 4-12 his last year in Philly. He's had several losing seasons. I'm talking about his whole career. His whole career has not been Kansas City.
I
okay.
agree, but he's
He
still
went to the Super Bowl in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
man.
He gets that grace.
He went to the Super Bowl in Philly.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he also had several losing seasons. And he choked that Super Bowl out too. He gagged.
He went to a Super Bowl.
Andy Reid, he choked too.
Okay, Bill.
Does he?
How many coaches have went to? How many coaches have been?
Okay.
Bill, hold on. Let me finish.
Sean,
How many coaches have been to 6 Super Bowls and won 3, Bill? God dang. Cut the man some slack.
You know what, Sean? Let me
That's because of Mahomes.
No, Sean.
Mahomes is the reason for that, not him.
Bill, he went with McNabb. He went to the Super Bowl with McNabb.
I remember the Super Bowl shot. He choked on that Super Bowl. One. Okay, do we get credit for going and winning? Do we get credit for going and winning? I want to make sure we're clear.
No, you
Sean,
get credit for the
let me talk.
totality
Let me
of your.
finish.
Hey, let me finish, man. You get credit for the
Since when did
totality.
you start doing totality?
You get credit for the totality
I don't-
of your career. Hey, let me hold up, man. I've been talking
Unfortunately-
for like 20 minutes. Hey, let me finish, man.
Yes,
credit
that's
for
on you. You don't know part of this. Nigga, get your phone. Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, can I talk, man? You get credit for the
Go ahead.
totality. You get credit for the totality of your career, the whole thing. So he's lost several years. He's choked a couple years. He's also been to 6 Super Bowls with 2 cities, 2 separate teams. He went to the Super Bowl with a separate city and a separate quarterback and lost. Then he went to the Super Bowl 3 times and won in another city. And then he went 2 more times in another city and lost. The boy is a great. I mean, if you will argue if Andy Reid is a great coach, we might as well argue if water's wet. Yes, he's a great coach, man. I mean,
Right.
cut the man some. And I'm
Now,
not. I'm
let
not
me
even
just,
Andy
Sean,
Reid
let me
fan.
explain.
Oh, all right, good.
Right, me neither. But let me explain, Sean, let me explain one thing to you. Actually, I was agreeing with you. And this is about, this going to have to be another episode. You know what you were saying about judging people differently as far as race is concerned? Actually, that's one thing Mill is guilty of too. If this were any black head coach, after they've been to the Super Bowl 5 times, there is no way Mill would be talking about getting rid of him. Getting rid of him?
Philly did.
And now you want to get rid of him? You think he should
No,
go?
he said.
No, what I'm saying, well, here's the goalpost. Here's the goalpost that I haven't moved. Y'all moving the goalpost. I'm not moving the goalpost.
Moving no goalpost.
Despite, yes, you have. Andy Reid is about to go 7-10 or 6-11. Okay, without his franchise quarterback. However, when he had Mahomes, do you know what his record was when he had him? Tell me. You know what his record was when he had his franchise quarterback?
It was high. I'm sure it was high.
Losing record.
It was 6-7. So does he get a free pass this year? I don't do free pass.
The answer is yes.
Why? Why?
Oh, you want to hear the answer?
You're saying this 1 year? You're saying this year?
What was Andy Reid's record when he had Mahomes? Not all the games he's going to lose. In other words, 2 episodes ago, I said there are certain organizations that are burdened with the requirement of winning regardless of whether you have your franchise quarterback or not. I mentioned the 49ers. I mentioned teams like the Rams. I mentioned the Steelers, the Ravens. There are some teams that can't be judged like the Titans, the Saints, and the Giants. They're in a different plateau. We're expecting them to lose. Wait a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Andy Reid doesn't get to go 6-11 because he doesn't have his franchise quarterback.
Yo, he does.
He is
you know why?
crappy.
He does get that.
Go ahead.
You know why he gets that, Mill? Because since him and Mahomes have been a pair, they've been an AFC Championship every year.
I'll give that to Mahomes.
Every year.
That's Mahomes. That's Mahomes.
Okay, give it to Mahomes. But that's insane.
You don't agree that it's Mahomes?
I agree that it's a combination.
No. That's called goalpost moving.
No, I'm not moving the goalpost, Mill. I'm not. Look,
Sean, it's another thing you need to...
Do they need a head coach? Maybe they don't need a coach.
The goalpost is the end. That's the goal. So I'm not moving that. The goal every year is the Super Bowl, but I'm realistic. I'm not moving the goalpost. The goal is the Super Bowl. That's the goalpost. But I'm saying nobody's going to be in the AFC Championship every year, Mill. Every year.
I didn't say, wait a minute. I didn't say he had to go to the AFC Championship this year. I said they'll go 6-11.
Okay,
that's what I said. That's terrible.
Now look, wait a minute.
It's 1 year.
See, Sean, here's another thing. He don't.
So what?
Look, Sean. Meal honestly don't care. I'm telling you right now. You are beating him. He does not care. Are you
serious?
As soon as a white head coach has a bad year, he comes down.
No, Ed. He's had several bad years.
Several bad years.
Yes. Do you realize he went 4-12 1 year? You went 4-12 1 year.
How long ago was that, though?
Sean,
I don't care how long ago it was. He was head coach.
See, I know Mill. I've known Mill longer than y'all too. Let me tell you one thing that he's doing right now.
No, Ed.
He's setting up the narrative. He's putting seeds out there to imply that Tomlin has been a better coach than Andy Reid.
No. You know what the seed of truth is? No, I didn't mention Tomlin.
And said that Tomlin is better than Bell. He never came out and said.
He's not.
Oh, this is the first time I ever heard you say.
You know what the truth is though? Before Andy Reid got Mahomes, Tomlin had a winning record against Andy Reid. That's the truth. And Tomlin, Andy Reid and Mahomes has been beating Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky. You didn't give me any grace for that, so he's not getting grace for losing.
Can I answer that?
Wait a minute. I'm not done. Tomlin had a winning record against Andy Reid before he got Mahomes. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Of course you did, because now that he has Mahomes, and if he had this success, is Belichick any good without Brady? What did he do without Brady?
So you think
Nothing.
Belichick is not good either?
He went to college, he's so good. What was his career like without Brady? What's his win-loss record, nephew, without Tom Brady, since you brought it up?
I don't know.
It's awful. It's terrible.
What is your point, Mill? What's your point? What's your actual point? What's your actual point, big bro?
If you're a good organization, you should still win whether you have your franchise quarterback or not. That's my point. And I don't think that's unfair. That's not a racist statement.
What do you mean by win, though? Quantify. What do you
Now go 6-11.
Define secure win.
They listen. The Chiefs were out of the playoffs with 3 games to play.
What, Neil? They
Wait a
just
minute,
been to. They
No,
just
I'm
went
trying
to
to-
5 Super
Did-
Mill,
Wait.
Mill, I'm-
Okay. Wait.
Mill, so what
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
What is your definition of secure win? What do you mean by that? What is the definition of secure win?
When the game is over, you have more points than your opponent. What do you mean asking me that? I don't understand.
I asked you what your actual point was, and you said the secure win without your franchise.
Like at the end of the game, have more points than your opponent. That's a win.
So under your definition, you're saying if you don't have your franchise quarterback and you're a good coach, you should never win.
Man, you know I didn't say never. I think you should still be relevant. I think you should still make the playoffs. I still think you should definitely make the playoffs.
So you
If he wouldn't have had Mahomes the whole year and been doing this, I'd give him a pass. But he had Mahomes for 13 games and was 6-7. I'm not ignoring that.
But Mill,
So
I'm
what,
not.
so what kind of coaching Andy Reid is?
Hold on, Ed. Hey, hold on, man. You do realize, Mill, he went to the playoffs with Alex Smith and the Chiefs. Do you realize that?
Yeah, and they lost. I'm not giving as hard as y'all are on Tomlin for not having his franchise quarterback. I think we need to be sift Andy Reid through a finer sifter because
Wait, back up, Mill. You just said without Mahomes what he's done, and I'm telling you what he's done. He took Alex, the bump. Look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call the man a bump. He was good in college. He was a good quarterback. But Mill, he went to the playoffs with Alex Smith.
he's okay.
Okay, so what you got to say about
He
that?
did.
Okay, so the man,
But
the
no,
boy can
I
coach.
got one.
That's his limitation.
Can I-
Shut up. You're proving my point. His limitations was a divisional round loss.
No, you know
Yeah,
what,
but he
Sean?
went to the
I got it
playoffs
even
with
better.
him.
Do you know what the Steelers? Do you know what the Steelers have done with the same type of quarterback? Wild card divisional round losses. You don't view Tomlin the same way.
You know one thing,
No, I
Meal
do,
never
Meal,
Same
made.
thing.
No, I do, Mill. I do view Tomlin the
Let
same
me
way.
go.
Mill, if Tomlin had Roethlisberger for how many years? How many years did he have as Hall of Fame quarterback?
Thank
How
you.
many?
That's what I was about to say. We don't
How
want
many?
to talk about
7.
Okay.
We can talk about it, Ed. We can talk about it.
How many
Mill,
I want to talk about the Chiefs in 6-9.
Mill,
Not right now.
how many rings does Tomlin have with Roethlisberger? How many?
1.
One.
And
So
how-
shut the
and
devil
how
up.
many years
Shut the
ago?
heck up. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
No. You know what Tomlin's
Shut all that
the
mouth.
reason I'm not shutting up?
How many years?
No.
7 years
How
and
many
one
years?
The
ring.
reason I'm not
So
shutting
man
up.
that got 3. You're talking crazy, man. You're
It's
talking
Mahomes.
crazy. I'm sorry. You're
It's
talking crazy.
Mahomes.
This man got 7
Mahomes is the reason.
with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Mahomes is the reason, Sean.
Hey, Meal. So Meal.
Mahomes is the reason.
What Meal?
Not Andy Reid. Do you understand that? Mahomes is the reason.
Why isn't Roethlisberger the reason then? Why isn't Roethlisberger?
Mahomes is the reason. Hey, I didn't mention Ben. You did.
No, what I'm saying.
I said Mahomes is the reason. Andy. In other words, if Andy Reid would have never came to Kansas City, he wouldn't even be a topic of conversation. It would be another head coach with 5 trips to a Super Bowl. We would be talking about somebody else.
Oh, so you telling me this?
Kansas
If
City.
You think he would have gotten the 5 with Alex Smith? You think he would have gotten the 5 Super Bowls without Mahomes? Do you?
No, I don't.
but can't-
I don't.
No, he wouldn't have gotten none of
This is
them.
what I do know. Hold up. This is what I do know, Mill. I know this much. I know Roethlisberger got a ring before Tomlin even came to Pittsburgh. I know that much. I know that much, right? So whose ring
You know
is
what
that?
else I know?
So whose ring is that, Mill? Whose ring is that?
Sean, that's called moving the goalposts. That's moving the goalposts. You don't have an argument.
You keep saying that expression.
Mahomes is the reason. Listen, Mahomes is the reason, and Bill Belichick is the example I use to support my argument of a head coach being carried by his quarterback. That Bill Belichick is the reason. He got 6 He got 6 rings. Do we ignore the fact that he had Brady for all 6?
Did Tomlin get carried by
The-
Roethlisberger? Did
the
Tomlin
Bills-
get carried by Roethlisberger?
No.
Did Tomlin get carried by
Yeah,
Roethlisberger? Did Tomlin get
Mills,
carried by
he's a-
Roethlisberger?
I'll admit that even though Andy Reid got carried by Pat Mahomes. I'll admit it. Is Andy Reid being carried by Pat
You
Mahomes?
won't talk
Did
about
Tomlin
Tomlin. You
get
don't
carried
want to
by
talk about
Roethlisberger?
Tomlin. You
You
keep
talk
mentioning
about it, but I'm talking about the totality of it. If you want to say Ben is the only, wait a minute. If you want to tell me Ben is the only reason Tomlin has the Super Bowl, I'll eat that. But you guys are telling me Andy Reid's a good head coach without Pat Mahomes, and I'm not eating that. The only Super Bowl he's been to, he choked. He gagged on it.
without
Bill,
Mahomes, he's not a
tell me
good
this, Bill,
coach.
tell me this.
Well, we,
No, I didn't say he wasn't good. You're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say Andy wasn't a good coach. I said, if you're going to tell me the only reason Tomlin
did he not
has,
win?
if the only reason Tomlin has a Super Bowl is because of Ben, the only reason Andy Reid has his success is because of Mahomes, I'll agree with that. Do you agree with that statement?
I agree with this.
Oh, Tomlin's no good without Ben. Fine, I'll eat that. Andy Reid is about to go 6-11 without, actually, he's only did not have Mahomes for 5 games. 4. So, is that a fair statement? Andy Reid is no good without Mahomes, because Tomlin's no good without Ben.
I disagree with
No,
that.
no, 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 no.
Which part do you disagree
You know
with?
what? You know why that's false?
Which
Bill? You know why
part?
that's false? I'm gonna tell you why it's false.
Why?
Whit
I said
has.
Tomlin is no good without Ben.
You done? You done?
You said he's no good without Ben. Fine, I'll take that.
You done?
I'll take that.
You done? All right.
But you don't
Can I
believe it,
talk?
though.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
It doesn't matter what I believe. You've been talking non-stop for the past 10 minutes.
No, you've been rolling.
Go ahead, Shaw. Go ahead.
You've been the one rolling, man.
Yeah.
been quiet.
You want to run?
No, I said Tomlin was no good without Ben. I'll accept that if you told me Andy Reid's no good without Mahomes.
No, I never said he was no good without Roethlisberger.
You sure did. Sure did.
What
I
I'm trying,
said
the
that,
point I'm trying to
and
make
I
to
believe
Emil
it.
is-
You know why?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, let me tell
Go
you.
ahead.
Can I say
Tell
why?
me.
Can I say why? What
Yeah.
has Mike Tomlin done without Ben Roethlisberger? Tell me what he's done. Tell me what he's accomplished.
Okay, can I answer that, Mill?
Hold
Can
on,
you let me
hold on,
answer that?
Let me ask you.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hey, can I ask you this real quick? What has Tomlin accomplished without Roethlisberger? Tell me.
A lot of playoff losses. For one and dones. He's 0-6 in his last playoffs, 6 playoff games. And he has a losing playoff record.
Okay. What has Andy Reid accomplished without Mahomes?
How much time do I have to look up his playoff record without Mahomes?
Well, I can tell you what he's
Because you're giving me a research question.
Would you like me to tell you? I know. Would you like me to tell you? I know what he's
Well, you know Tomlin never went 12. He never went that. He never lost a locker room.
No,
I can tell you what he's
y'all
accomplished.
trying to answer the
I can
question.
tell you what he's accomplished. Can I tell you what he's accomplished? He's been to a Super Bowl without Mahomes. That's what he's done. He won an NFC championship with another team and been to the Super Bowl. So until Tomlin,
I rooted for the Eagles.
until Tomlin comes anything close to that, because Tomlin hasn't even been to an AFC
So-
championship without Ben Roethlisberger. Mill, Mike Tomlin, Bill, you talked for 20 minutes.
Go ahead.
Mike Tomlin hasn't.
No, I didn't.
He hasn't won a playoff game without Roethlisberger. A playoff
Yeah, not
game.
even. See, you know part of the
game.
problem.
Mill,
You know what part of the problem is?
John Harbaugh
Sean, let him
went to
go.
the playoffs.
Let him go.
Harbaugh went to the playoffs with Anthony freaking Wright. Do you know who Anthony Wright is? Do you know who that is?
We went to the playoffs with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
So what? So what? And we lost. So what?
Tell me where Anthony Wright was drafted. Tell me where Anthony Wright
That was
was
a bad
drafted.
example. That was a bad example, Shaw. We went to the playoffs with Mason Rudolph.
Tell me where Anthony Wright was drafted. Tell me where Anthony Wright was drafted. You know where he was
Shaw,
drafted?
you know I don't know that.
You know
Look,
why you don't
look,
know?
I'm-
You know
I'm a-
why you don't know? Because he wasn't drafted, Mel. He wasn't drafted. That's why you
Look,
don't know.
look, do you,
So he
do
went
you,
to the playoffs
look, Sean,
coming
let
up,
me
wasn't
tell you,
drafted.
let me,
Sean, let him talk. And let him talk.
I,
Let him
Get
talk.
out of here.
Let him talk.
I just want to make a point. I just want to make
And
a
let him
point.
talk. Are you
The
done?
reason, the
I'm
reason
done. I'm
why
done.
we
That's
not
my point.
able to, the reason why we not able to come together on this, everybody might have their different opinions of what a good or a great coach is. Now, Mill puts a lot of stock in a coach that's able to get a lot out of a little bit. Bum quarterback. If you take a bum quarterback and
He just mentioned Anthony Wright. I didn't mention Anthony Wright.
now I'll let y'all talk. I'll let y'all talk.
Okay. All right.
Um,
All right.
If you take a bum quarterback and go to the playoffs, even if you lose, and if you are Mike Tomlin, then we kind of stick our chest out. Yeah, we had a bum quarterback. I bet you Belichick wouldn't do that. But then, you know what that reminds me of, Neil? That reminds me of the arguments people used to make about Phil Jackson. Well, I've never seen him take a sorry team and win a championship. Nobody's taking no sorry team. But I'll tell you what, not every coach would take even those great players, Kobe, Shaq, Michael Jordan, Scott. Not everybody would win 11 championships. I'm telling you that right now. So I don't want to hear this one had Anthony Wright, this one had Mason.
He said that.
Okay, fine. No, I'm just talking about
Okay.
about points that both of y'all have made. Because Neil, I've heard you kind of downgrade Kyle Shanahan, and you pull out all.
He got 4 losing seasons in 9
Let me
years.
finish. Let me finish my point.
Okay.
Once again,
All right.
the fact that you
Super Bowl.
pointed out those losing seasons. No, wait a minute, Sean. Wait a minute.
And he,
Wait a minute,
okay.
Neil.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The fact that you quickly pointed out those 4 losing seasons, you quickly pointed them out. You erase all the good. You don't want to hear anything about the good. Those 4 losing. So because he has those 4 losing seasons, he cannot possibly be better than my black head coach, Mike Tomlin. He can't.
You know what?
be better.
It's not color for me. Do you know what the issue is?
Oh,
You know. Okay.
You got Eddie Murray
Okay.
racism
That is
all
what it
over
is.
your blood.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
100%.
You can,
Lord,
Sean.
all in your blood.
You can call it whatever you want.
It is. It is.
You can call it racism, discrimination, bigotry, or hatred.
Neil, if Tomlin was
You know what?
you would be coming down on him like a ton of.
Wait a minute. Who did you just say?
If Tomlin was white, you would look
Mm-hmm.
at him a lot differently than you do today. A lot.
And the whole, even when Lamar got here to be more, this white, since I'm labeled a racist, we'll go and ride with that for the remainder of this podcast, all right? When Lamar got here, he hadn't played his first NFL game. From Louisville, Heisman Trophy winning, impressive win over Florida State, who was a good team, top 10 ranked, Lamar dissected. The first thing the white media did here in the city y'all live in now is asking why he wasn't a running back or a wide receiver. That was all they wanted to know. So you can call me whatever you want. I've been called a lot of things. I sleep fine at night, and I'm gonna tell you why I sleep fine. Because if Tomlin lost as much as Shanahan, you know where he'd be? In the booth in the studio, not on the sidelines, coaching a football team. He will be fired. He'll be out.
So
That's the difference.
How's Shanahan doing this year with half his roster on IR? You don't
How,
want to hear
if
it.
Tomlin had 4 losing seasons, he doesn't have 4 losing seasons in 19 years. Shanahan has 4 in 9. Are we going to address that? And one of them is with his franchise. Thank you. What are we looking at? White boys get a pet. Do you know how many sorry white boy head coaches that my eyes have to endure every Sunday? Dick Jerome, Dave Wannstedt. I'll go back to Atlanta's head coach when Dion got drafted. All these sorry white boys are there, and they terrible.
Shanahan's not one of them. Shanahan is. I'm telling you right now, he's not one.
Well,
And he's
if Shanahan, that's fine. Here's what I'm gonna do. If you're gonna give Shanahan a pass on losing, I don't want you. I'm talking about, Rashad mentioned a little earlier about the totality of someone's career. I'm going to go ahead and use that since you lagged on, you like the totality. I'm going to use the totality. When I talk about his 4 losing seasons, that's part of the totality.
Yeah, it is.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls. Now, the one he lost to the Chiefs, the second time he didn't choke, I think Mahomes is just great. That first one with Garoppolo, him and Garoppolo gagged. Like they were trying to eat a cucumber whole.
Okay,
He
Bill,
gagged on it. I'm not... Yes! Yes, they did. So if the head coach can lose 4, and when I say losing seasons, I don't mean 8-9. This nigga is going 6-11, 7-10, and one of them he had his franchise quarterback and a healthy Christian McCaffrey. One of them he had his tools. What's the excuse for that?
Yes, Bill, those are negatives. Those are negatives to his career, but then you also have the positives. So I'm not taking. Look, the fact that Tomlin has.
He don't want to hear it.
Look, a positive for Tomlin is Tomlin went to the Super Bowl twice. Those are positives for him. I'm not taking anything from Tomlin because he went to the Super Bowl and lost. He went. Going to the Super Bowl matters, Neil. Winning the NFC or the AFC Championship.
It's tough. It's tough.
Right. Just get there.
It's tough. It is.
Tomlin has been twice.
It is.
So if someone has gone 5 or 6 times, that's a positive to their career. And if they've had 4 or 5 losing seasons, that's a negative. What I'm saying, if you take the positive and you take the negative, then Andy Reid still is a great coach if you take the positives and the negatives. That's what I'm saying. He's still a great coach. He's still a great coach.
You, a few minutes ago, were dogging Tomlin, and you basically said he's nothing without Roethlisberger. That's basically what you said. Shard said that. So I'm going to go ahead.
It's not, Phil, that's not my opinion. That's not my opinion. It really isn't.
Well, I'm going to break down, we're going to do an episode next week, and I'm going to break down Andy Reid's seasons without Mahomes. Since we want to run that exercise, I'm going to use your word, Shard, and use the totality. I'm going to examine Belichick, who's got 6 Super Bowls. I'm going to examine Andy Reid without Mahomes. I'm going to examine Belichick without Brady. And we're going to really get, since going and winning is the totality, I'm going to have some stuff for y'all next week.
Let's do it because Andy Reid went to the playoffs with a Michael Vick that just got out of prison. Okay? That was just getting banged in his behind.
Yeah, he did.
Andy Reid.
Okay?
His resume speaks for itself.
Okay?
I ain't got honestly, I ain't got no beef with Andy Reid. I ain't got no beef with Reid.
Okay, all right.
No, I really don't. I think he's a great coach. But I'm also not delusional to think that it's not because of Mahomes why he's had this success. I'm not going to do it.
I just said you need all 4. I said that. You need 4. You need the owner.
You need all 4.
You need the general manager. You need the coach and the quarterback. I'm not going to take
those
one
4.
from one because one is great. You need all 4, man.
I agree. I 100.
Do you know who has 3 or 4 right now?
Don't you do it.
This team. And we're not going to win it. We got a good head coach, an excellent general manager, and our ownership has been good for 6 decades. We're not going nowhere this year.
You're missing a quarterback. You need all 4. You need 4. You need 4, man.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We need a... Thank you.
How many we got? How many we got? Hey, sir, how many we got?
So Tomlin needs a franchise.
So what I'm saying is...
Hey, sir, how many we got?
We got a own. Hey, look, we got an owner. We got one. We got one.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't agree with that.
No, we got 2.
You don't like
we
the
got a
Costa?
coach. We got a Super Bowl winning coach. We got 2. We got 2.
No. I ain't no.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
1.5.
We got 2. We got 2.
I take the Costa.
Y'all think y'all just got 2 with a 4?
Yeah, we got 2.
Well, here's the
Costa
thing,
is the
Neil.
owner.
Here's the thing. DeCosta has been good, but remember who he's
He
fought.
hasn't been great.
Ozzie didn't draft Pro Bowlers. Ozzie drafted Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
All-time great. So it's kind of hard following. And I'll tell you something else. DeCosta, the one thing that he has of value, this franchise quarterback, DeCosta didn't even draft him. That was Ozzy's last draft.
Oh, damn, good
He,
point.
he don't even get credit for that one.
You know what I realized about Ozzy? He wouldn't, if this was Ozzy's first or second year as GM, he wouldn't have drafted Lamar. He drafted him on his way
Probably
out.
not.
No. Ozzy is a trench guy. If you notice his history, he's a trench guy.
Yeah.
He is.
Trenches all the way. Trenches. E-line, O-line, linebackers, running back. He's trenches, man. He a tight end. He a tight end for Pete's sake. He's old school Cleveland Browns tight end.
Yeah.
He drafted Lamar as some, I'm going to do something for the black community, for Baltimore. People saying he's a running back. I'm afraid.
Well, no, also, so
here we go, man.
crazy.
It was a
No.
feel-good thing. It was a
No,
feel-good thing.
but Sean, also, he was setting DaCosta up, making sure he had his guy for the future.
It had something,
Yeah,
to bring some tickets in and some money. He knew what he was doing. Ozzy knew good and well. Lamar is a ticket drawer. Lamar is an entertainer. Okay, he's an entertainer. He draws tickets.
Now, Sean, let's not get carried away. Lamar's been pretty good. He's been excellent. The only
he is
problem
good.
me and Percy have is
Ozzy knew
he's
good
not
and
a
well he ain't
championship
winning no
quarterback.
championship. Ozzy knew good and freaking well that boy ain't winning no championship. He knew that.
Sean, he was on his way out. He was on his way out.
I disagree with that.
Right,
No,
right.
you don't.
He's like, look.
No, Sean, I think you're reaching a little bit. You're reaching, Sean. You're reaching for that.
He said, here you go, Baltimore. Here's your black quarterback. Here's a quarterback that looked like you. This quarterback looked like all y'all children. That's what he was doing. It looked
Is this
like
nigga crazy?
here you go.
He
That's the quarterback. So sell some tickets.
Is he
When,
nuts?
when they had the training camp, and all the little
I hope
kids,
he's not driving.
Lamar. But the little kids don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. Little kids don't know nothing. It's like, look, Lamar, he looked like us. He looked like us. Great. We got a quarterback that looked like us. Ozzy knew good and well that boy ain't winning no ring. That's
Shut
what
up, shut up.
Do y'all know who they drafted ahead of Lamar in the first round? Do y'all know who? They had a chance to draft Lamar in the first 10. You know who they took?
Yeah.
The redhead.
Hayden Hurst.
The redhead.
Hayden Hurst.
They took Hayden Hurst over Lamar Jackson Mill and Ed Percy.
A tight end.
Hayden Hurst, who I'm not sure is in the league anymore. So they waited
I don't think he
and
is.
they waited and they waited. And then the last pick in the first round, it was like, all right, we'll take it. They said, what the heck?
Terrible.
We already
Well, he is not like Lamar. Y'all got something on your hands, and I'm telling you.
Look,
I'm just a realist, man.
Sean was doing good until that last little,
Into that, exactly.
I shouldn't have went with the 4, my bad.
You did. You got him started. You got him started.
All right, y'all.
Okay, well,
We ride with him. He
Bro,
is, so
I
you just
know
gotta figure out how to live with him,
I
man.
know a knucklehead young man from Baltimore or a knucklehead young black man when I see it. I know it when I'm telling y'all. I don't care if you're worth $50 million or if you're worth $2. I know a knucklehead little black dude when I see it. If I seen that dude walking down the street, I'm
Bill,
like, you're not.
maybe next week we can start talking about this. But I mean, look at what the cap hit to these quarterbacks. Because Lamar's hit is pretty big. Patrick
70
Mahomes'
million.
hit is like $78 million next year. So I'm like, well, maybe we can talk about that next week.
yeah. But we'll talk about the validity of what coaches do when they don't have their franchise quarterback. We need to address this a little more because I got some ammunition for you guys next week.
So do
Yeah, I know
So
you
do
do.
I got some
because
ideas.
yours focuses on what somebody does, just like a chef can make a nice meal with just a little bit of ingredients. And
Because you don't always have your full covenant. The NFL never said you're going to be healthy every year. You don't get that.
Answer this question. Answer this question, dog. Come on, everybody, answer this question. Is Andy Reid a better coach
Come on.
than Mike Tomlin?
That's what I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm all
What was-
into.
we gotta address this. We're gonna address this next week because I mentioned what his head-to-head record was before Mahomes. I said what his head-to-head record was before he got Mahomes, and y'all kind of glossed over it like it wasn't real. like he didn't have a winning record when he had Donovan McNabb. But now he's got Mahomes and he's beat us. He's beat us. The
Is Andy Reid a better coach than
He
Tomlin?
refuses to answer on the grounds it might incriminate him.
No,
Look, you know what?
we're going to address it.
Mill,
No, I'm not going to answer it.
No,
We need a podcast next week.
Look, Shaw.
We need a podcast next week.
Look, hey, Shaw, check this out. When I used to ask
Put the pin in it. Exactly.
about Belichick and Tomlin, he gave the same answer. He said, "I'm not going to answer because
well, you know
like
who-
this is
you
Well, you know what? No, that's different. Hold on. Belichick's better. You want to know why? You want to know why Belichick's better than Tomlin? I never declined that answer, by the way.
Yes, you did, Mill,
No.
many times. No, Mill, many times.
I'm saying that now Belichick was better than Tomlin for one reason. And one reason is because he beat Tomlin without Brady. That's why he's better. That's the reason. He beat wait a minute. He beat Tomlin with Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones. That it was nothing else to talk about. That's what I need to see. You beat my team with Kenny Pickett and you got Mahomes by 3 touchdowns? I'm supposed to be impressed by that?
So forget about Bailey Zappi for a second. Let's not.
He did beat us with Zappi though.
No, but I'd rather. It makes my head hurt thinking about Bailey Zappi.
I had to watch it.
but you don't think it counts the fact that he had his guy and Tomlin had his guy and twice in the playoffs. That don't have.
Well, we talking about Brady though, Ed. Brady's ended a lot of careers though, Ed. And Brady's beaten.
You know something.
So
You can't.
wait a minute. I was the reason I was giving most of the success is what I said a few minutes ago to Tom Brady and Belichick is because of what he did without Brady. I look at that heavy. What you did before you got your superstar. I look at that a little deeper than you guys do, apparently. So I look at Belichick without Brady, there's no discussion there. Then I look at Belichick with Brady, it's still no discussion. Then I look at Belichick with tier 2 quarterbacks, it's nothing to talk about. He's better than Tomlin. But I need him to run the gauntlet. You telling me Brady's better than everybody? He has 7. He's better than Mahomes. He's better than Andy Reid. He's better than all of them, right? So you tell me he's better than Tomlin, Roethlisberger. He's better than all of them.
Yeah, but we
Right?
talking about Brady. We talking about.
No, that's the reason I'm saying. Okay, the reason Belichick is better than Tomlin is because he was able to beat my favorite head coach with nobodies at quarterback. That's why he's better. That's the reason, in my opinion. That's what I'm going on. Him having a dominant record against Brady, you know Brady had a dominant record against a lot of teams.
Well,
You know that, right?
for Mill, for you to use that argument, you know what that reminds me of?
I can't imagine.
That's just like saying a few weeks ago when Carolina beat the Rams because Carolina, and I don't even know their coach's name, he had Bryce Young, and they was able to beat Matt Stafford and Sean McVay. Then that
Bad
makes
example.
obviously
Bad example.
he must be a better coach than Sean. And
Bad
that makes
example.
no sense.
Bad example. Bad example. Bad example. Bad example.
It is?
Bad analogy. Yeah, bad analogy.
Okay,
Bad analogy.
I'm listening.
Because he's only been head coach for 1 year. He's only been. Belichick has 20 years of beating Tomlin. You comparing 2 decades to 1 game?
Well, you said because based on what Bailey, you keep mentioning Bailey's at. You can't.
I mentioned a couple things, Ed. The reason I call Belichick better than Brady is because I know that in the NFL, you don't always get your guy. You get injuries. Belichick even made the playoffs without Brady. He may have lost in a wild card or divisional round, but he went 10-6 without. I don't forget stuff like that. He's a good head coach. He beat my boy with 2 nobodies. I can't forget that. And despite that it goes against my argument for Tomlin, I'm not going to ignore it.
Okay, well,
Belichick beat him with Mac Jones.
We have been over Shaw's house a million times. You
Right.
always, you never answer.
He had Brady as a coach those times.
Huh?
He had Tom Brady. He had the greatest, literally the greatest quarterback ever lived as his quarterback.
So you refuse to answer. Today,
I answered it.
Today is the first time I'm
Right.
not trying to be funny.
Okay.
First time I ever heard you come right out and say that Belichick was better than Mike Tomlin. The other time,
Really?
you refuse, and I'm pretty.
Maybe I was just telling my wife that. My bad. Maybe I get in football conversations with Jackie and people on my job. I've said it before, Ed. My apologies for not telling the platform this before now. I've said it before, maybe not in front of you. My bad.
This week, maybe we'll be able to answer this. What Shaw was saying, Andy Reid, this Tomlin, the statistics. Everybody's going to research and come up with answers to support their argument. That's what everybody's going to do. But I'm one of these guys that just goes by the eye test. I don't care about this or that or bad.
You know what the eye test tells me? That our average margin of loss against Mahomes is 3 touchdowns. We're not even getting close to Mahomes. I said Mahomes, not Reed. I said Mahomes. Okay. But it's three games is a pretty good sample size though, Sean. Right? 3 games is a good sample size. Flacco. Nobody is though. Okay. All right. All time or now?
No, current.
Current? Oh, current. Okay. Okay.
Well, there's no
Here-
Harbaugh second. And I'm surprised Percy didn't have a conniption. I'm hearing you say that Harbaugh is second.
See, this is why we have these podcasts.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you missed it. You missed that, Percy. You
I
definitely.
didn't hear Harbaugh. I heard McVay, Reed. Hold on, go ahead, say it again. Okay.
No way.
You trolling. I ain't
No way. No way. No way. Sean.
Wait. You currently believe that Harbaugh is better than Tomlin right now?
Forget in totality. Forget totality. He's better head to head.
Are we talking about based on current activity or like
Who's
yeah,
a
their
better
history?
coach? Who's a better head coach?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't think Harbaugh's better than Tom. I know I'm biased.
I agree with that. I thought you meant right now. Okay, all right. I ain't gonna
Okay.
go crazy.
Well, Sean, here's the thing. And after this, we had a little over 2 hours, but this is going to parlay us into the next episode. You mentioned Sean McVay is over Tomlin, right? I think you... Oh, you said Tomlin third? Okay, I don't even necessarily agree with that, but you know who hasn't beat Tomlin yet? McVay is 0-2 against Tomlin. Sean McVay has... Because the head, I can't ignore head to head. I can't just ignore it. Head to head matters. So you telling me the Steelers will... Go ahead, Sean, go ahead. No, nobody's good as Brady's number 1. He's the best.
Even. So even head to head, you got to be careful. Yeah, the eye test. Who's better?
So ignore You want?
Not ignore it, Mill. It's a factor, but what Shard is saying.
It's a major factor.
Yeah, but Mill, you gotta go. The only question is who's better, and if this coach is wins this game, that does not automatically mean he's better than this coach that loses that game. That's not what it. It's not necessarily 1+.
I'm too black and white with it. I'm too black and white with it. I have no idea.
Yeah, he beat him twice, I think.
Oh, sure. I just said Brady's better than everybody. Brady's better than everybody.
Yeah. You can't. It's not always.
All right, before we go into next week, I'm glad you said that. We're going to remove head-to-head then.
No, not remove it, Mill.
No, I'm talking to Sean. You said come on now. So head-to-head doesn't matter.
No, I think it's part of it.
Hey, I'm talking to Sean. I need to hear from Sean. Go ahead. I think I'm using it as a factor heavier than y'all are. It's not my ultimatum. I think I'm making head-to-head more relevant than you guys are. I think that's where our roads are split.
Well,
I'm making it more relevant. Okay.
we're gonna find out next week when we get into
We
that.
are. We are. Hey, I appreciate this, fellas.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. Bye, yo.
Who?
Go enjoy your family, man.
Will Black?
Yeah. You talking about play football with?
Play against, yeah.
Yeah. I knew what he was going to say. All right.
Right. Right.
He actually had more talent than me, but I had more heart, and I was tougher than him.
And you know one other.
I won more than him.
Right. The matchup. And one other
Right.
thing too. This is another reason we can get into this too next week. Why I think the Ravens struggling because the kind of players they drafted. Well, we'll get into all of it.
Yeah, we will.
All right. Thanks a lot, y'all.
All right, fellas. Episode 4. See y'all. All right.